And hello, beautiful viewers, and good morning. Welcome to the Foreign Languages TV channel. You are watching Good Morning Uzbekistan. How are you guys doing? I hope everything's good with you guys. And of course, it is a good morning. It is a bright morning with our beautiful sun in Uzbekistan. So before we start off, as you can tell, I am alone, but that is not for long. My partner will be coming and will be joining soon, so we'll be waiting for her as she comes onto the show. But before we start off our show, I'm always going to, remind you guys of the upcoming holidays, or not the upcoming, the coming, or the already came holidays in our beautiful country. So, as we know, today is the 24th, and tomorrow is the 25th. So what does that mean? That means school is going to finish. But before we continue on, just like I said, I would like to call on to our next guest, Miss Maftuna. She would come on to the show, huh? We can start off the show with another guest, as always, an interview. Come on, take a seat, take a seat. So, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Say hello to the viewers, of course.
Good morning, Uzbekistan, our dear beloved ones. And we are, again, especially blissful happy to commerce our today's program, as we call it, Good Morning, Uzbekistan.
Yes. Now, we may continue on to the more interesting part of today's show, right? This is, of course, an interview.
Sure.
And our beloved guest of the day is Husanova Oydunoy, who studies at the World Languages University. So please greet her onto the show.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Good morning,
How are you
guys.
doing?
Nice.
Take a seat, take a seat. And of course, Maftuna is very kind, so she woke with some tea because she loves guests, right?
Nice. Sure. Thank you so much.
So how you doing?
Good.
Doing good.
So far, so good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Before we start anything, could you please introduce yourself to
Of course, sure.
people,
My name is Aydin Oksanova. I'm the final year student of Uzbekistan World Language University. And now I am working as a media analyst. And I have been to the US for a semester last year as an exchange student. And I have won the Japanese scholarship called Jakafa. So they say like short and sweet about me. Yeah,
Very
perfect.
interesting. Very interesting. So you said you went to America for 1 year, right?
No, it's for a semester, so it's
For
like
one semester.
kind of exchange program. Yeah.
Oh, that's the university sends you to.
No, actually, yeah, there is a type of this also, but mine was different. It's like the U.S. Embassy's project, UGRAD. If you have you heard about it? So it's like an undergraduate exchange program, fully funded by the U.S. Embassy. So you directly apply on their website, and you're gonna fill the application. You will have like interview processes, and after that, if you're selected, they're gonna send you to the university, like U.S. University, for a semester, and all the expenses are covered by the U.S. Embassy, which is like really nice opportunity, I guess.
Of course,
Yes.
yeah. So when you first went to the U.S., what was the first thing you did?
Yeah.
Like eat a hamburger or buy some chocolate? I don't know. It's a lot of
Go to
things.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, like if I tell this, you won't believe it, but I found the tea first.
What?
Tea.
You look for tea?
Yeah, like this tea.
Really?
Yeah. So like
Very interesting,
we
very
went to our campus. So it was an interesting journey actually. When I was going to the US, I had to like transit, like waiting hours, 6 hours, and then it was like International Turkish Airlines, and so it's like long journey, like 11 or 18 hours flight. So I decided to wait there, but then I changed my mind. I said like I have a chance, so we don't need a visa to Turkey to enter the country. So I said, why not? I will just go and see the city and come back. So I talked with my friends, and they said, no, it's like a risky. I don't want to like do this. And then I said, oh my gosh, guys, like let's go. And I just went alone because my friends didn't want this. And I met my friend. So it took me like 2 hours to reach the city, and then another 2 hours to come back. So I had only 1.5 hours in the city, but I really enjoyed. So I tried Turkish tea. And after going to the US also, first the thing I was looking for was a tea.
Was tea?
Yeah. I can say I'm a pretty tea lover. Then other things like the McDonald's and other things
you tried them
started.
as well.
Yes, I tried. Like it's something else. So I have tried McDonald's in different countries, in the US and in India.
Oh, you went to India as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I was working
India,
in
don't
India.
forget that part, right?
Yeah, after US, I went to India to work, and I just come back on Feb. Yes. Feb, I came
For
back.
what kind of work did you do?
So there, I was working as a medical interpreter, and it was like something different in my life because like you have a phase, and you're continuing the same thing, doing the like teaching, social activism, and like that type of things. But medical field was like out of the world. Like I have never thought about like being
Out of your
in
comfort
that
zone,
field.
right?
Yes, it was like something different. I was in that because from my childhood I hate doctors. I don't know. I have like that trauma from the childhood. I think once we went to dentist, and from that time I really hate doctors. And then my mom also a doctor, and their work is pretty hard. And I have never thought that I'm going to be in that field. And but
you have
this
an
is life.
experience, or how did
No.
you serve for the patients?
So
or the
like
people?
this is kind of, I can say, skills type of thing. So I didn't have experience because I studied at Uzbekistan World Language University. As I told, it's like teaching English as a second language. My major is this. But there is a thing, so like you can be a translator like from English to Uzbek. So I went there. So the first they told I have to learn some medical vocabulary type of things, like terminology and everything. They said like it's gonna be hard, I have to be ready, am I like flexible, can I adapt fastly? I said yeah, why not? I mean, I love taking risks, like Turkey, and I did, and I went to India. So first I had like long notes lists. At first, like the first month was really hard because like it's like people's life, right? You cannot make a mistake. If you did like one mistake, it ends everything. So then I was like really careful about
Cautious about everything,
yes,
right?
about everything, like every single thing. But then it became like a daily routine. So I started like living this life. It was not
Became a
like
habit of it.
it was not like a work. It was like a life. So I was like talking with the patients. I was talking with my colleagues. We were like a family. So then I understand. So the medical field is not only about the like the stress and people's lives and all the dangerous things or this stuff. No, it's like about kindness, love, and helping to the people who are really in need. So in need. So it was kind of life lesson for me. So before judging something or like before thinking about something, you have to go inside. You have to dig deeper. Only after that you can decide what is like it real in life. So
you said you were an interpreter. So from what language to what language do you interpret from?
So I interpreted from Uzbek to English, English to Uzbek. So basically what I have done was like patients mainly go to the organ transplants from Uzbekistan to India because they have like really good doctors and experience like worldwide. And I was going with the patients to their appointments with the doctors, and then we were doing their all the checkups and everything like CT and this type of things. And I was collecting the reports, showing it to the doctors. So the process is like 2.5 months for the organ transplant. And I was with the patients all the time, like 24/7, like answering to their queries, and then be with them like everywhere. So it's like from English to Uzbek. Like as you know, like Indians, most of the Indians, I can say almost all of them,
They
knows
have
English.
their own
Yes,
accents.
yes. It's like we know Russian because of the Russia, and then they know English because of the British. Yes, like British country.
But Uzbek is a very hard language to
Perfect.
translate from, yeah?
Oh,
I would expect. It's a very hard one.
is. I can say.
Yeah. Because just based off my experiences, when I try to translate from Uzbek, I have a very hard time because it's very, very rich. the
Yeah,
language
not a
itself.
rocket science, but you can handle it. Yeah.
You get used to it though, huh?
Yeah, I did. I mean,
sense.
it took time, but still, everything is possible.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes, if you try.
Yeah,
And
of course.
what can you find that what kind of differences have in Uzbekistan and India for
There are a lot of people
USA?
in India, I would guess,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
It's very crowded.
Yes. And then there are a lot of Indians in Uzbekistan too. And the interesting part I found, they came here to study in the medical field. And I was like interested. How come?
They come there?
They come to Uzbekistan
yeah,
to
Indians
study.
came to
India
study.
is also one of the
Yes.
developed country in medicine field.
Yes, I asked from my friends. So like everybody is going to your country for the medical field. So why you came here? It's like kind of interesting. And then he was saying, so here it's like kind of easier to practice in real life. I found out that in India, hospitals doesn't allow like students, medical field students, to practice in real life.
Yes.
So that was the point. That's why they came to Uzbekistan.
But in Uzbekistan, you can practice
Yes.
while somebody's almost going to die on the bed, right?
I mean, it's not that, but still we have like more chance. because like I think in India like it's like more of a private sector, and then private hospitals maybe don't allow the Syrians. I don't know, but still they're finding opportunity. They're studying here. I'm like happy because it's all about exchanging ideas, exchanging knowledge. So we are going to India. They're coming to Uzbekistan. It's like a partnership.
There's an exact solution all the time.
Yeah. So when it comes to the differences, I mean, we have a lot in common, a lot. So about tea also. So from the very beginning, I'm talking about the tea. In India, tea is something different. So when I first went to India, they told me like, "Do you want tea?" I said, "Oh, of course, okay." And then they brought me something like it was like coffee. I said, "I wanted tea, not coffee." And then they said, "This is tea." I said, "Really?"
Because they put milk in their tea, right?
Their tea is with the like ginger and milk and like different things. They put a lot of things, which is really healthy. Yeah, the herbals, but really healthy. So I drank that tea. It was like something else. Like I have never tried something like this.
It's a British style, if I'm not mistaken. In Britain,
yes,
they also put milk in their tea.
it came from the It was like perfect. I loved the tea, Indian tea, and from the very beginning and like till the end, I like used to have
Their
like cup of tea every day. Spicy food, yeah. I mean, like there are levels, but do not tell to the Indian people, give me a non-spicy food, because they don't have a non-spicy. If they bring you something non-spicy, it will be like at least a little bit spicy.
Oh, really?
So they don't have like that word, non-spicy. So you go and see, like check with your eyes, and then get the food. Otherwise, you're gonna regret. It's like from my personal opinion and experience.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, when you were in India and when you went to America, of course you're going to develop a little bit of an anxiety, right? Anxiety, stress, or you're going to get, if that, you're going to get a little bit of a shock because you're in a different country, you don't know anybody, for example, right? So, what was the way you dealt with that sort of stress or that sort of anxiety or that nervousness?
Yes, how do you overcome any kind of stress?
So like overcoming the stress, personally I'm a person like that I can adapt quickly to the new places, new people. Here also like we were talking with like girls over there. I'm flexible person like that. I can adapt quickly. And the same thing happened in the US. Like I didn't feel anything. So I was like going there and then meeting my friends, and then we were like discovering new things. We are going to the classes. It was like full of fun. In India also, but there is a difference between US and India, because like I went to study to the US and then to India. It was like totally different thing. Like they're working with the patients. So imagine you're like a student and you're coming to hospital to work, and you're seeing the people like suffering a lot and looking for the nurses or the doctors or the only painkiller. That's the worst scenario you can ever thought about. So it was something like this. Too much stress, and emergency situations. It was kind of hard for me to deal. Sometimes I was like crying because it's really hard. Like it's not about only work. It's like emotional and physical from the both sides. So. India was a little bit hard because of the work, because of the people I'm working with, but overall this anxiety and stress type of things are like not familiar to me. Yeah.
And what can you say about the weather, especially in India?
Oh, weather in India is something else.
Very hot.
Because it's super hot.
Extremely hot.
Yeah.
Dry weather.
I thought like when I came back to Uzbekistan, I'm gonna be like the dark, like toned skin. But no, thanks to God, it didn't happen. But still, it was super hot because like I was working in the hospital, so it was basically in the building, and the AC is there, everything is there. So it was not a problem for me. But still, it's super hot there. Yeah. But the interesting part, people are like used to it. Like they live in that like the place, and it's like kind of habit for them. It's not like something new. I was like dying, and then my friends were saying, "Oh my gosh, it's not even cold, hot. It would be like much better." I said, "Oh, if you guys surviving in this weather, you're great."
The Indian people, they have a bad odor, don't they? Like they have, I'm gonna say, they stink.
Yes. They are used to it. I mean, how we live in this weather in Uzbekistan. So like if somebody comes from different part of the world, they're gonna be like, oh wow, okay, it's different. So we are also like this in India, but for their locals, it's a lot different. Yeah.
You get used to it, huh?
Yeah, but the
interesting.
American weather is something else. It can change in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
tornadoes and all of the
state
snow
were you
and
in?
cold. I was in Tennessee.
Oh, really? In
Yeah, it's like
Tennessee?
southern part of the U.S. So next to Florida, Georgia, and Alabama
Oh, yeah, it's
states.
humid there. yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but the weather was nice, but I didn't like that like fast changing weather because I love the sunny days or like sometimes snowy, but it's like during the whole day, not like 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of this. Yeah, but I was pretty like lucky. So some of my friends were in the areas where it only snows every time, and like they snow to your knees, so you cannot even walk. But mine was cool, so we went to like different places. We had fun. Yeah,
Very
everything was great.
This is really good experience for the person.
It was.
And what have you learned? One of the most important thing for yourself from the India, from the USA.
So you know, guys, like every time I travel, I said like I'm easygoing person. Like I love talking with the people, especially like
trust.
strangers, like the person I'm seeing for the first time. So I met a lot of people, and I made a lot of friends, and the people who I love. So what I have learned from traveling to like 2-3 countries, every time you go to somewhere, it's like not about the location, it's about the family and the connections, like how you connect with the people, how you like show yourself, and then how you accept them. And every time when you leave that country, when you come back to your country, it's like a type of thing. Is it leaving the home or going to home? It's like you sometimes feel weird because you're also already living here, and then you have like friends and family, and you're feeling safe and comfortable. But here also in Uzbekistan, for example, you also have like friends and family, everything is the same. So whenever you came back to home, this distance will be there, this friendship will be there, everything will be there, and the experience you got will be like valuable so much.
Very interesting, very interesting. So it's sort of a little bit, I'm gonna say not, it's more of a weird question, what I'm gonna ask right now. But when you went to a different country, what was the phone app that you used the most?
Phone app?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, Uber.
Uber, oh
Uber,
yeah, it's
yeah.
very popular, very
And
popular.
then there was an Indian one, I forgot. Rapido. Yeah,
Rapido.
Rapido. So you know what is the interesting part? That in the US, we used Uber. It's like type of Yandex, but in India, they have like different. For the rickshaws, you know that Indian type of transport. For the rickshaws, it's different. For the bikes, it's different. And for the cars, it's different. And I love the bikes a lot. So you order the bike from the Yandex, let's say, and it comes, and it like you go to your location, and that's nice. Like, it's like the experience. I really like the experience, yeah. These
Perfect.
transportation apps I used a lot.
What's your plans for the future as well?
So my plans now, I saw another exchange program to the Europe, the Slovakian government exchange program, fully funded like the US. So for the next year, not next year, this coming semester, I'm planning to apply to that program, and hopefully, if God wants, if I got accepted, I want to travel around the Europe this time.
Around
Very
Europe,
Yes.
especially which countries?
Paris.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so
Wish
much.
you good luck.
It was
and
very, very
welcome.
informational, very, very, I want to say, intellectual conversation we had with you. It was like I went to America and I went to India during the conversation.
Yeah.
So, thank you for coming on to our show. I hope to see you again in the future.
Of
And
course. Thank you so much, guys. It was
Thank you
like
very
nice
much.
to talk with you from the morning. Such a nice atmosphere, such a nice mood. I really like it.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
Hope
much.
to see you
Wish you
again.
great luck.
Bye bye.